Hey guys, welcome to this wonderful and amazing video on censorship. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ramiro Lopez and I'm an industrial engineering major from Texas Tech University. First of all, I want you guys to know me a little bit. As a current college student, I spend a lot of time using social media, and my poison of choice is YouTube. I love this platform, and on the weekends, on those rare cases when I have free time, I spend hours watching YouTube videos. I love the variety of content available on YouTube. As a YouTube user, you probably know how incredibly huge this platform is. You can find anything, from comedy to DIY stuff to math tutorials, which come real handy when I have an exam. But just as there's a lot of stuff that is useful and I like in this platform, there's a lot of stuff I don't like. And I'm not talking about the toxic comment section found on YouTube or the YouTubers who scam for a living. I'm talking about administration and policy stuff. Recently, YouTube has had some trouble with making sure all of its content is in check and making sure nothing inappropriate becomes popular and receives ad revenue. And in doing so, they have started to censor content at a very aggressive pace. I don't like these actions that they're taking, and in this video I will show you why you should care. First, I'll address why we can't just change platforms. I've heard it said that if you don't like YouTube, then change it. But there's a problem with this. First and foremost, YouTube has a monopoly on content. Pause this video and think of one website that has the same feel and reach as YouTube. Yeah, you can't think of any. YouTube has no real competitors, which means we, the users, have no choice when it comes to choosing where we want to consume content. We can't just simply walk away and choose a different platform because there aren't any. The second problem is this. As far as I know, YouTube has never asked anyone for permission on what they could or could not do in their platform, which is fair given that they are a private business. The problem comes when, first of all, there are no clear rules on what subjects are and are not supposed to be censored. There is no formal document that says, here are the rules for the platform. YouTube just does stuff and leaves us, the users, to figure it out. Second is that YouTube censors everything that's remotely controversial, and this is bad. In order to understand why this is a bad move, we must first understand why freedom of expression is good. Freedom of speech is good because it protects you from going against the general thought train. It promotes creative thinking and doesn't restrict it. It helps with the betterment and change of society. If no one is allowed to speak or think differently from the status quo, then everything will remain stagnant forever. Another aspect of free speech that is helpful is that by letting everyone talk, you form a more well-rounded opinion that takes into account everyone. This is good because it helps us understand why people make the choices they do and helps us reach an agreement faster. Now that free speech has been established as a good thing, as well as a basic human right, we probably should think very carefully when we try to restrict it. When we try to restrict speech, especially in this platform that helps us share information much faster than ever before, we are doing a disservice to ourselves. By censoring uncomfortable topics, we're blocking ourselves from having any sort of productive discussion, and without any talk, we'll never reach an agreement, or at least a certain level of understanding. I believe censoring YouTube is bad because it gives its user the single controlled narrative that is determined by the owners, and something tells me that not everyone will agree with the narrative put forth. When YouTube decides to censor stuff, YouTube declares themselves a moral authority that gets to decide what's good and what is bad. And to be honest, I don't feel comfortable with YouTube being in charge of what is good and what is bad. As discussed earlier, YouTube does not ask for permission. So in this platform, we don't have a choice on what does and does not get censored, nor do we get to choose who censors what. And we obviously can't change platforms because there aren't any. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the way YouTube is censoring things, and I'm sure that if I was in charge, there would be plenty of people with plenty of complaints on my way of doing things. I'm not going to yell at YouTube to change without having any real solution. After all, this is not the goal for this video. The goal of this video is to get you to care. So dear viewer, please do something for me. Give this video some thought and ask yourself this question. What would you want to be censored and what would you not want to be censored? After clearly thinking of what you want to censor, simply discuss this subject with someone or discuss this in the comment section down below. If people comment on this, we'll probably get a general consensus on what we definitely want to censor and what we're willing to compromise. All I want is to make a little bit of noise so that YouTube hears us and decides to do something. Lastly, feel free to check the links below with further information relating censorship. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.